Hello and welcome. My name is Pam. I'm P. Tonino, and today we're going to make a junk jewelry spiral mobile, starting off with a big old pile of junk jewelry and turning it into this beautiful spiral. This is a view from the side, kind of topish, and a view from the bottom. And what I do is I start off with 2 sheets of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and I glue them together. And this makes a real strong foundation. Then I take and mark off in 2-inch increments around the perimeter, and then join the lines together on opposite sides to make this pie shape. And here I'm just painting in every other section. And then I flip it over and paint the back side. And I'm using a piece of chalk here and just kind of marking my center off. And here I'm using I get a semicircle started, and then I have this piece of paper that I cut to 2 inches, and I'm just using that as kind of my guide to make the spiral. And then cut it out and cut off the edges. And then I just kind of taper that in there, and you can take a wet rag and wipe off the chalk. And then I did cut out the center, and I'm not wanting it quite as long, so I'm going to cut off that tail end for this project. And this, I'm using one of those perforators and making little perforations so that I can sew on the chain. Okay, so now that I've figured out how I'm going to do this, I am adding a bugle bead. Let me zoom in. Okay. So, I am adding a bugle bead on the back side, coming up, make sure it's laying flat, and then I'm going through a couple of these links in the chain because they have a large split, and so if I don't come up through a couple of them, they come undone. And so this just kind of is helping keep them anchored. Okay, all right. So I am going to continue with this all the way around until I get to the end, and I will be back and show you how I do the outer ring. Okay? Okay, so the chain is sewn on, and I really like the way that turned out. And then here on the back side, you can see how the bugles are attached. And then I did start doing them 2 bugles and space every other hole, which worked out fine. I mean, they're still a nice secure stitch. And so that part is done. For this part here, I am using the hot glue gun to glue on the outer trim. And in hindsight, I don't know if you saw my little note that popped up earlier, but in hindsight, I really did not need to sew on that first row. But that's how I started the project, and you kind of learn as you go. I could have used hot glue on it, but I have no regrets for sewing it. Okay, so I am going to attach my buttons for the hanger, and what I'm doing is I'm putting on a button on the top, button on the bottom, and then I'm also attaching the swivel hook. Oops, let me show you. Swivel hook. This is from the fishing department in the sporting goods store. Okay, and these swivel hooks can be found very easily even at Walmart. And I'm just sewing the 2 buttons together with the swivel hook on the top side. And so I'm really excited to tell you about this part. This video is part of the Inspiration Conspiracy video hop that Shannon Green has put together. Now, after you watch this video, click on the first link in the video description to hop to the next video. And just keep on clicking the first link until you get back to the video that you started with. And then at the very end, after you've seen everybody, click on that link to tour our alumni art gallery. Now, I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Shannon Green for inviting me to participate in this hop. This is so huge. It's such a blessing and just a wonderful opportunity. Shannon, I want to thank you so much, and also to the leaders within the hop lineup who are here helping us, smaller channels. Enjoy the rest of the process, and I will talk to you at the end. Okay, so here we are taking a look at the underside. Isn't that fun? It's so colorful. And I'm climbing up a little ladder and given a view from the top side. And I just love the way that this turned out, and I hope you do too. It's a fun way to use up all of that, just junk jewelry, the stuff that's still too good to throw out, but not really wearable. Now, some of the little nubbins on the outer edge, unfortunately, when I was hanging this, I dropped it and it broke. But, that happens. Oh well, it's still cute. And I do hope you'll try this project. And I want to remind you to please go down to the description, click on the first link and hop on over to the next video. And along the way, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave comments along the way. And please enjoy the hop. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, bye-bye.